You have a clear purpose in this world. Your presence brings value to the world, and there is much you can share. The responsibilities you carry are significant and require commitment. If you are approaching Stoicism with the idea that it promotes indifference or that humanity is intrinsically bad, it's time to rethink. Marcus Aurelius, along with other great Stoics, were not bitter or hopeless individuals. In fact, what they teach us is that life has deep meaning and that our actions impact the world around us. If you view Stoicism only as a philosophy of resignation, you are missing the essence of its teachings. Stoicism is not a philosophy that rejects the value of life or people. On the contrary, it is a path that teaches us to face our challenges with dignity, recognizing our role and responsibility in the universe. Understanding this is essential to living in accordance with its principles. If this is your first time here, I invite you to subscribe to our channel and give it a like. This small gesture helps me tremendously. Lesson 1. The life of Marcus Aurelius. Let's briefly examine the trajectory of Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor whose life was marked by numerous difficulties. He saw his children die, faced devastating plagues, endured endless wars, and dealt with severe health problems. His existence was a succession of calamities, yet Marcus Aurelius remained steadfast. From a young age, Marcus Aurelius faced challenges that could break even the strongest spirits. As heir to the throne, he witnessed the loss of his children, an immense pain that any parent would find difficult to bear. However, thanks to Stoic teachings, Marcus Aurelius managed to maintain calm and resilience in the face of this personal tragedy. He knew that life is fleeting, and that we must accept the blows of fate with serenity. In addition to his family losses, Marcus Aurelius had to face crises that struck the Roman Empire. Devastating epidemics ravaged his lands, leaving a trail of destruction. The emperor, instead of being defeated, acted with determination, mobilizing resources and organizing an effective response to mitigate the effects of these catastrophes. His firm and compassionate leadership inspired his people to face challenges with courage. Wars were also a constant during the reign of Marcus Aurelius. He faced enemies on various fronts, fighting to maintain the integrity of the empire. Even in these moments of conflict, the emperor kept his composure, making strategic decisions and demonstrating an inner strength that impressed his generals and soldiers. His ability to stay calm and rational in the turbulence of war became legendary. Finally, Marcus Aurelius also faced health problems that, at many times, threatened his own life. But once again, his Stoic principles helped him deal with this adversity. He accepted his physical limitations with humility, without complaint, and focused on fulfilling his duties as a ruler. Even in the most difficult moments, his determination to keep moving forward despite so many obstacles is an inspiration to all of us. Lesson 2. Beyond difficulties. One of the most memorable sections of his meditations is in the 5th book, where he reflects on the dilemma of getting out of bed in the morning. He asks, "What is my purpose as a human being? Why should I complain when doing what I am meant to do in this world?" He affirms that we are not here to indulge in comfort, but to fulfill our natural functions. He observes the diligence of plants, animals, and even insects as they continue their natural tasks, contributing to the order of the world. Marcus Aurelius faced countless adversities throughout his life, but his Stoic perspective helped him remain calm and confront each challenge with determination. He knew that life is a journey full of ups and downs, and that the key to happiness lies in accepting reality as it is, without being swept away by negative emotions. Even in the face of personal tragedies, he maintained his equanimity and focused on fulfilling his duties as emperor. The story of Marcus Aurelius is an inspiration for all those who face difficulties in their own lives. It reminds us that even when everything seems to be falling apart around us, it is possible to remain calm, perseverant, and determined to keep moving forward. It's a challenging journey, but the reward is inner peace and the ability to enjoy moments of joy, even in the midst of tribulations. Lesson 3. The Stoic Legacy of Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that to love ourselves is also to love our nature and its demands. He exhorts us to be useful to others, to care for the common good. For him, life must be lived with a sense of duty and love for others. Marcus learned that true wealth lies in serving, and that kindness and compassion are the greatest virtues. Far from being a philosophy of despair, the Stoicism Marcus Aurelius lived is a path of personal fulfillment and connection with humanity. He shows us that even in the face of adversity, we can find strength and purpose in our duties and responsibilities. By abandoning the pursuit of fleeting pleasures, we can discover lasting satisfaction in serving others and in the pursuit of virtue. Marcus Aurelius invites us to adopt a broader perspective, seeing our existence as part of a greater order where each of us plays an important role. He believed that by embracing this vision, we can find the tranquility and serenity we so deeply seek. His philosophy emphasizes the importance of controlling our emotions and not being carried away by impulses and fleeting desires. By mastering our reactions, we are able to make wiser decisions and remain strong in the face of life's adversities. Lesson 4. The freedom from self-pity and service to others. In modern times, happiness is often associated with pleasure and personal satisfaction, but Marcus Aurelius and the Stoics saw happiness as the fulfillment of our responsibilities and the cultivation of virtue. Instead of worrying excessively about our own difficulties, Marcus invites us to broaden our perspective and focus on serving others. He teaches that we overcome the poor me mindset when we step out of our bubble of self-pity and start thinking about others. According to him, true contentment is not found in avoiding pain, but in transcending our limitations through service, discipline, and dedication to the common good. This philosophy of life challenges us to move beyond our egocentrism and embrace a broader, more altruistic view of existence. By following the teachings of Marcus Aurelius, we can find a new source of strength and purpose, even in the face of the greatest challenges. Marcus Aurelius reminds us that life is short and that we must make the most of every moment in a meaningful way. He encourages us not to waste our existence on futile worries or the endless pursuit of fleeting pleasures. Instead, he invites us to focus on what truly matters, cultivating virtue, fulfilling our duties with excellence, and contributing to the well-being of the community. This Stoic perspective frees us from the traps of selfishness and materialism, allowing us to find a deeper and more lasting source of satisfaction. By embracing this philosophy of life, we can discover a new way to face adversities with courage and determination. Instead of being prisoners of our own emotions, we become masters of ourselves, able to maintain calm and mental clarity even in the face of the greatest challenges. Lesson 5. The control of emotions in the face of difficulties. Marcus Aurelius teaches us that the quality of our life is shaped by the nature of our thoughts. At the heart of Stoicism is the understanding that, in the face of circumstances, we have the freedom to choose how to respond. Epictetus, one of the pillars of this philosophy, reminds us that every situation carries both challenges and opportunities. It is up to us to decide which aspect to focus on. This allows us to see beyond difficulties, identifying possible actions and paths forward. It was this perception that led Marcus Aurelius to compose his Meditations. Confronted with the realities of life, pain, adversity, and the frustrations of plans that don't materialize, he sought in his writings a way to deal with the fact that life is rarely simple. Through the meditations, he strove to internalize the idea that, although suffering is part of the human condition, the extent of that suffering is largely a personal choice. In his search, Marcus Aurelius did not deny the harshness of life, but accepted that control over emotions and reactions to hardships resides in each individual. He shows us that true power lies in our ability to transform our thoughts, using reason to mitigate suffering and find serenity, even in the most challenging circumstances. Lesson 6. Why ignoring your feelings is not Stoicism. The act of reflecting on your thoughts is one of the fundamental practices of Stoicism, something Marcus Aurelius deeply understood when writing his meditations. He found a guide to navigate adversities, a way to maintain clarity, and see the world in a new light. Stoicism in antiquity was much more than a theory. It was a constant practice, a way of life. It wasn't just something learned, but something actively lived. If your approach to Stoicism is to ignore feelings or pretend to be impenetrable when challenges arise, this will have a significant impact on you. You will not be able to manage emotions in a healthy and balanced way. By trying to suppress or deny your feelings, you move away from the core of Stoicism, which is the conscious acceptance and management of emotions. This can lead to detachment from oneself and difficulty in connecting with others authentically. Additionally, Marcus Aurelius never avoided seeking help when necessary. In one of his reflections, he compares the need for help to a soldier seeking support when attacking a fortress. There is no shame in asking others for help when the burden becomes unbearable. Recognizing our limitations and seeking the support of others is a sign of wisdom and strength, not weakness. Sometimes we need an external perspective to help us navigate life's storms. And if you need help, don't worry. Even Marcus Aurelius needed it on his journey. I needed it, and you may too, at some point. Lesson 7. How Marcus Aurelius teaches us to deal with difficult people. Some people often cite a specific example to argue that the Stoics were overly pessimistic and discouraged. At the beginning of the Meditations, Marcus Aurelius writes, "When you wake up, tell yourself that today I will meet people who are meddlesome, ungrateful, arrogant, dishonest, envious, and bad-tempered." At first glance, this statement might seem like a negative and discouraging view of everyday life, as if Marcus Aurelius were resigning himself to facing a day full of adversity and unpleasant people. But if we look more closely, we will see that there is a deeper perspective behind these words. Marcus Aurelius is not simply preparing himself for a day of confrontation with human negativity. He is offering us a valuable lesson on how to face human nature with realism and serenity. By recognizing that such behaviors are part of the human experience, he advises us not to let ourselves be affected by them. Marcus's intention is to prepare us to deal with the challenges of coexistence without being overwhelmed by the negativity of others. He reminds us that imperfection is a universal trait and that we should not be surprised or discouraged by it. At the same time, Marcus Aurelius suggests that we should keep in mind the true purpose of our existence and our role within the collective. He emphasizes that even when we face people who may be difficult, our mission is to interact with them in a constructive manner and to keep our own character intact rather than being dragged down by the negativity of others. The goal is to maintain our own integrity and contribute to the common good. Lesson 8. Stoic Resilience. How Marcus Aurelius teaches us to face adversity with courage and integrity. Marcus Aurelius says that it is a disgrace for the soul to give up when the body is still strong. Stoicism, with its vigorous approach, is not a philosophy of resignation, but a source of optimism and resilience. It is a philosophy that celebrates our capacity for action, recognizes our intrinsic value, and reminds us of the impact we can have on the world. I believe the final message of Marcus Aurelius in the Meditations encapsulates his practical and admirable vision of life's purpose and the path to a fulfilled existence. He urged, "Keep your focus on the task at hand. Firmly observe your duty. Recognize what nature demands of you as a human being and do it without hesitation. Express the truth you see with sincerity, but always with gentleness, humility, and integrity, avoiding any form of falsehood." Stoic philosophy goes beyond mere acceptance of fate. It invites us to face life's challenges with courage and determination. By confronting adversity with firmness, we discover an inner strength that surprises and empowers us. Stoicism teaches us not to see obstacles as threats, but as opportunities for growth and transformation. Every crisis becomes a test of our integrity, a call to rise above our own limitations. This empowered vision of existence is what makes Stoicism such an attractive and inspiring philosophy. It reminds us that we are more than mere spectators in our own lives. We are active agents, capable of shaping our destiny with our own hands. Throughout history, great Stoic leaders and thinkers have shown us the power of this approach. Figures like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus faced unimaginable adversities, but never lost their integrity or determination to live according to virtuous principles. They teach us that true freedom does not lie in the absence of challenges, but in the ability to face them with serenity and courage. Lesson 9. How to keep your inner peace in the face of negative criticism. In life, we often face influences that can threaten our inner peace and resolutions. It is essential to recognize that some people, by ignoring our principles or sowing doubt, reflect their own limitations and insecurities, not our failures. These people often criticize more to relieve their own frustrations than to promote constructive dialogue. To protect our integrity, we must remain true to our core values and act with firmness, even when we face discouragement or disapproval. The key lies in maintaining a clear sense of purpose and a resilient heart. Always remember that true strength resides in staying true to your virtues without allowing others' words to sway you from your path. In summary, to deal with these negative influences, seek to strengthen yourself through the continuous practice of wisdom and virtue. Keep your mind at peace and your determination firm, and you will find the ability to face any challenge with equanimity and dignity. Lesson 10. The Journey to True Wealth. Lessons from Marcus Aurelius on integrity and personal growth. To live a truly fulfilling life, the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius guides us to act with integrity and firmness, in harmony with nature and our principles. Although this journey is full of challenges and temptations that lead us off the right path, true fulfillment arises when we remain faithful to our inner compass, even if that means going against external expectations. True satisfaction comes from knowing that when we look in the mirror, we feel we have fulfilled our duty with honesty and courage. To live according to this philosophy, it is crucial to adopt certain practices that reinforce our integrity. For example, dedicating time each day to reflect on our actions and decisions can help ensure that we are acting in accordance with our personal values. Additionally, setting clear and achievable goals that align with our personal mission can keep us focused and motivated on our path. Peace and fulfillment are found by embracing our personal truth and contributing to the world with authenticity and respect. This process requires courage, resilience, and a deep understanding of ourselves. It is in the journey of self-knowledge and personal growth that we discover our true purpose. By connecting with our essence and acting according to our values, we experience a satisfaction that transcends superficial achievements. We become agents of transformation, inspiring and positively impacting those around us. This search for wisdom and integrity is a continuous process of learning and adaptation. There will be moments of doubt, challenge, and even despair. But it is in those moments that we must hold even more firmly to the teachings of Marcus Aurelius. He teaches us that true strength lies in facing adversity with calm and balance. It is not about denying or repressing our emotions, but about responding to them wisely and constructively. As we move forward on this journey, we realize that true wealth does not reside in material possessions, but in the construction of a full and purposeful life. Overcoming personal limitations, facing fears, and embracing vulnerabilities are essential aspects of this journey. It is not about denying or repressing our emotions, but about responding to them wisely and constructively. As we move forward on this journey, we realize that true wealth does not reside in material possessions, but in the construction of a full and purposeful life. Overcoming personal limitations, facing fears, and embracing vulnerabilities are essential aspects of this journey. If you found value in this video, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and drop a comment to let YouTube know that this content is making a difference for people like you. Your engagement helps us keep creating more powerful videos just like this, so together, we can continue growing and learning. Thanks for being part of the journey. See you in the next chapter.